Welcome, one and all, to the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David Reed. I'm with Evie Cahill
Hello.
and Nicole Rodriguez Galdo.
Hello.
And we're watching Message in a Bottle on
We
the moon.
are.
This
So I
is,
was
yeah,
oh,
it's a good
you
shot.
go, Nicole.
No,
Great
no, I'm saying it's
shot.
a good shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very good shot. I was going to say that I was researching this episode and I always look at like who's written it and who's directed it. And I kind of got really excited because I saw a really familiar name in who like written the story. Besides the regular, people who write it. So this story's by Michael Greenberg and Jared Paul.
Oh,
And I'm like, I
Greenberg
know this
contributed to the
name.
story.
Yeah, I know this name, Jared Paul, and I looked into it. And it turns out that he's in like a whole bunch of my favorite series as an actor. Like he was in
Whoa.
12 episodes of Legend. He's in 4 episodes of Home Improvement, 6 episodes of Monk, and he was in an episode of Seinfeld because he played Darren the intern in Seinfeld.
Darren
Oh,
the intern, okay.
jeez.
And so they gave
So
him, along with Michael Greenberg, he has story credit?
he does, yeah, story by. So,
Wow.
and he's got another 4 writing credits in Stargate.
Good for him.
And he's actually surprisingly young. Like he's only 6 years older than me. So
Oh, wow. Really good for
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Really good for him. Very impressed.
And FYI, this is the first time we see the team in spacesuits.
Yes.
Yes, it is. I didn't think the CGI was terrible on them coming through in the spacesuits. I thought that was
It's
pretty
not
good.
at all. I think it's actually quite good.
I've never noticed the Earth symbol on their chests.
Yes, I did notice that one time.
Wow.
I love that they
Okay.
did that.
SGC.
They
Pretty
just
big, actually.
carried on. Yeah.
So, for those playing at home, there's actually a number of notable quotes in this episode. This is the first time that Jack says "Good morning, campers."
Correct.
Yes.
We obviously have Tilk perplexed by the term "booby trap"
Right here.
now.
Yep.
right here. Tilk's adorably misinterprets the phrase "wild horses." You know, the undomesticated equines.
Undomesticated equines.
And Hammond says, "This is like a classic quote for me. One finally snapped us in the ass."
Yes. We brought all kinds of things back through.
I think I like this episode more than a lot of others because I really like the we're screwed at home episodes. You know, like whenever they're trapped on the base, I feel like they could do quite a bit. I think they do really well just sitting around stressing about how they're going to fix the problem that they're at home with, and I do enjoy those.
I love how this orb was left on, a planet with clear access to a Stargate, but it had to get started by someone else who took it to another planet, who then took it through the Stargate.
Well, yeah, I actually have some points to make on that, I guess. So in this goes back a bit. In Poland and Germany, this episode title translates to Trojan Ball. So
well, that makes some sort of sense, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess would you classify this as a Trojan horse? Because what I've written is like the inscription on the inside of the orb was inviting the finder to take it to a new habitable world. So if the orb found the conditions acceptable on that planet, it would attach itself to the planet with those harpoon things and dispense its seeds. So don't you think that it might have been easier to find like some sort of qualified orb realtor? Like a real estate agent.
Okay.
And then, they could have their own reality TV series and call it like Planet Hunters.
Oh my God.
But there wouldn't be much sort of ambiguity around which planet the orb preferred, because obviously it would just sink its barbs into the soil and call it a day.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You just have to buy it.
Yeah.
There's a little goof. There's a group. There's a
Go ahead.
goof coming up with the Malp. So there's no Malp at the top of the ramp, but when the shot you see behind them, there's a Malp.
Oh God, you're right. I hate it.
And this is very much NASA type staff with the clothing with the hats to assist SG1. So.
Oh, what were you going to say there, David? With the you were like it's, and were you going to say it's somebody? Because I was also going to say it's somebody.
Oh, I was going to make a comment about the actor.
Yes,
Me too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that this is also the episode where we have that really adorable, awkward interaction
Lieutenant
with
Graham.
Lieutenant Graham. It's actually Simmons. It's Graham Simmons.
Graham Simmons.
Mm.
Yep.
And I thought his
Also-
surname was Graham, but it's not.
He's also Apollo's brother in Battlestar Galactica.
That's exactly right.
He was with Starbuck. He was one of the reasons why Starbuck and Apollo
Of
wouldn't get
course he
together for so
is.
long. It was so
Of course he
aggravating.
is. So he's played by Tobias, is it Mailer?
Mhm.
And it's the first of 4 appearances. He has 4 appearances in this season, and then he's got like one random
Season 6.
Like
Yeah, they
in
bring him
season
back
6.
a few seasons later.
Yeah.
And in the Stargate Omnipedia entry for him, it shows the episode and it says Simmons returns. I'm like,
Simmons
yes,
returns.
yes, very obviously.
I remember when I saw him randomly reappear again, and I was
adorable.
like, bruh, when did you... I thought you left. I thought you moved on to like another
I
job.
know.
You're still here?
No, he has like a
So-
4-season hiatus.
Yeah. Jed Ted said, I like base episodes or bottle episodes, you might say. I agree. Ha ha,
Yeah.
bottle episode. Ha 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 ha. Very funny.
Well, bottle episodes,
David.
it's the sci-fi, trope for using standing sets.
Yeah, I know, but
Yes.
like it's just funny that you said bottle because message in a bottle, so it's like
Yep.
double
What
meaning.
were you about to say, Evie?
Oh, I was just reading the comments. I was just sort of blown away by the fact that Dan Ben has never seen Seinfeld.
Another
That
person
is
to join me.
unfortunate.
I know.
Dan Ben, you and
Oh,
I
I
should watch
just-
some
it's just-
Seinfeld together.
I don't know if I'm not sure what you think about it. It's a classic comedy to me, but anyway.
It's-
I mean,
it's
I watched a lot
We
of
digress.
Frasier growing up, so
I
I'm
love
sure I could do
Frasier.
it. This is such a like calm introduction. It's just like, yeah, we're just looking at the thing. The only thing that stresses us out is it started glowing when they were still on the planet for a brief second.
Yeah. Don't we have that really awkward interaction between Daniel and Sam coming up where Daniel comments on Simmons' like crush on Sam?
Yes,
Didn't we miss it already?
I think we just missed it. Yeah,
Did we miss
Well,
it?
we were talking about
Okay.
Apollo and yeah.
we were talking about the fact that he was in Battlestar Galactica.
Hey, the artifact.
Yes. I like that. Well, how much time do they ask for? Like a day to like carry on looking at this? And
Well, they're
Jack's
supposed
now
go
about to ruin it.
off-world.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Good morning, campers.
Look at the attitude. The orb will be
So
ready.
this, I didn't realize, and like correct me if I'm wrong, but the planet they're supposed to be exploring in this mission that Jack's talking about, that's the planet that they send the orb to in the end.
Yes, P4G881. I don't know why I remember that, but I just remember Daniel going P4G881.
I'm very impressed.
Oh, things about to get crazy.
I really like this. This is just, I'm not gonna lie, right? When SG1's frantically trying to throw something through a gate, I love it. You know? What is it? Not Avalon, Origin from season 9, when they're throwing the thing through.
Yes.
Yes.
It reminds me of this, you know? Because it's Teal'c and Mitchell in that episode.
Yes.
But here it's Teal'c and Jack, and I was like, oh, the good old days.
Mm.
Took them long enough to use the vortex for something cool like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
it's gonna lay some eggs. This is a cool prop.
It is very cool. I do like this, you know. This episode, the intro really like grips you.
Did this orb appear when you were selling props?
No, I never came across it. No, this was too early on.
No time, throw it back through, yeah.
Chuck it through.
Yeah.
Oh, they got to undo all those little screws.
Yeah, it's held in place.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
Oh,
the
yeah,
fact
that doesn't look good.
that Sam and Daniel are the kind of people who are like, oh, we've got to put our suits back on and go, while like Teal'c and Jack have the attitude of like, nah, just toss it, you know? It's the different attitudes and respect for things. It's great.
Yeah, well, I meant, yeah, Jack's thinking, safety of the base.
of
Yeah.
course. And this is the season, by the way, where he gets poked full of holes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Is this the first big hole?
Yep, coming
The
right up.
first big hole.
Nice.
So
This
I
was
actually,
painful to watch as a kid.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Now,
actually looked into. Yeah, sorry, David.
real quickly, when he's being pulled back, it's Dan Shay with O'Neill's with
Yes.
Rick's face superimposed.
Yes, yeah, I was
I
actually
always thought
literally
that
just
was
about
done
to
really
say
well.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I actually was really curious about the stunt behind it, and it's called a ratchet pull stunt.
Correct.
And yeah, I literally wrote RDA's face was superimposed over Dan Shay's. And I think Shay called it like the worst ratchet pull stunt he'd ever done.
Really?
So I think usually with this type of stunt, the subject is deaccelerated as they approach the
Right.
contact point,
It did not
which
happen.
in this case is the wall, and they usually bounce off. But with this stunt, he hit the wall and just like at high speed and
he
just
took
stayed
it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
This
have
is hard to
to
watch.
It is.
Mm.
But like you can see, like they're not obviously entirely. It's not entirely stiff. It's bendy.
Yep.
I always wondered if that was just a you know, accidental thing because they had to kind of stick it into him, but he's moving, so it's a bit bendy. It looks like it's almost moving at times.
Yeah. Well, I think my the rationale that I saw online was that like so the orb, the dart thing appears to be made of more of like a pliable, flexible material than the arrows themselves. And obviously it bends and flexes as Jack moves. But Carter mentions that the orb itself is constructed from two unknown materials. So perhaps like it's sort of an unknown compound that's a little bit more flexible than what we're used to, you know?
I love a good excuse, and the fact that it's sci-fi means it works really well.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I like how much Richie Nansen is sweating here.
Oh,
it's great.
He's traumatized.
It adds to the performance, all that moisture.
And the pain as well. Like when you're in intense agony,
he's being
you
held up by a
lot.
pole that's
in his shoulder.
Absolutely gone through him.
Yeah.
And this sucks because it just translates through the.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, bad move.
This is that weird time in Stargate where it looked like Richie Nansen was really trying to hold on to that brown hair.
I think he's trying to I think he's trying to like let the dye what was I going to say grow out.
Yeah,
and then embrace
I'm
his
looking
gray
forward
hair.
to the grey, you know,
because there's like an awkward stage
look
there where you can see like the grey roots, but like it's not quite there. Yeah,
it's getting there.
Give him a stool to stand on, guys. Something.
Yeah, give him a chair. My goodness.
So I actually missed a goof, guys.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm obviously not really on my game at the moment. So
it's all right. It's message
apparently, apparently, just before Jack is catapulted into the wall, you can see the ultraviolet paint in the shape of the organism behind where Jack will be.
Oh no! No.
Yeah, I've been staring at him in those shots, and I swear, like some of the striations of the creature are already there.
Maybe they filmed it at like different times.
Oh, they most definitely.
And so they had that first. Isn't it like most TV is filmed out of order, just dependent on, you know?
Yeah, true.
What's easier to do.
It depends on sets and all the availability and all that sort of stuff.
Here's the lion.
I feel bad. Daniel feels guilty.
One of them is finally snapped us in the ass.
I love that. The only thing that sucks about these kinds of episodes is that Teal'c and Jack often don't have too much to contribute to these. And that's the only thing that sucks. You know, whenever they can help, it's really nice. Like in season 6, Redemption, it's good that Teal'c's off-world because he's helping in his own way from you know, the way he can help by fighting. And I like the way they did that. It's a shame that these episodes, a lot of the time, just don't do much.
So Hammond just implemented the wildfire directive.
Yes.
So
have we had that before?
So I don't think so. I think it's the
Mm.
only time that he actually uses that phrase.
Mhm.
But apparently, it's actually a term from Michael. Is it Crichton's? I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Crichton's.
I was going to say
19
Farscape. Crichton.
Yeah, 1969 novel, The Andromeda Strain.
Okay, yep.
Oh my
And
god,
there's
all the
actually-
sci-fi. Jesus.
I know. There's actually a lot of similar plot points. So in the novel, there's a threat from an extraterrestrial microorganism that piggybacks on a satellite.
Yep.
And this organism also feeds on energy and has issues with oxygen/carbon dioxide.
Yep.
And Wildfire was like the name of the team, I think, that was trying to deal with it. So
The other shot earlier when he said Wildfire, and the door was closing. Didn't we last see that in Broker Divide when Hammond said he was closing the scene?
Yeah, to have everyone's body
Yes.
burned if they try to escape. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They like to reuse that shot quite a bit anytime like anything goes wrong.
They do.
I
You
mean,
could
if they go
almost
to the
make it a
trouble to
drinking
film
game.
it down there. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. So obviously we're dealing with a weapon. Stop assuming. She literally just said.
So if you notice the SG3 patch there, notice how it's
Yes.
all black around
Yes.
it. All of these patches are SG1 patches with numbers
this-
superimposed
yeah.
over the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Reuse, recycle, guys.
Yep. They
Yeah.
just cut around them.
I like that.
I love Janet.
Me too.
Oh, who doesn't? Who doesn't love Janet?
I love when she's here. Makes me happy. His uniform. Yeah.
It goes everywhere.
Gross.
Yeah.
Nothing is more scary than flesh-eating disease.
For sure. One thing that kind of irks me about this episode is that they've all touched the thing, right? Why is it? Yeah, why is it that he is the one, Graham is the one that gets like infected out of everybody that's touched it?
It just likes him more.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just
Maybe he's
something
just so
about
cute.
him.
It went for him.
He is adorable.
Yeah. I always just kind of sat there and was like, it just seems a bit convenient that they're like the one person here that isn't, Jack or SG1, the one that we think is cute and feel a bit of sympathy for because he has a crush on Sam and he's the one who gets infected.
It's just a trope.
Yeah.
It works.
I love this when they stand up and they're like, what the hell?
Yep.
It's really
glow
pretty
in
when it
the
comes
dark.
to it.
That is a cool effect.
I'd like to paint my walls like that.
You could achieve something with like some of those like tubular lights.
Yeah.
And some glow in the dark paint.
Yeah, I could have some fun with that. Look at this guy. I'm like, bruh, Sam and Daniel were touching that thing all over the gaff. Why are you the one that's been
He's a red shirt.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Oh, so much. So much.
It's going to rewire his brain.
Yeah.
I remember when I watched this and I thought to myself, wow, he's just taking that vaccine like it's nothing, while me, I'm like squirming and screaming at nurses whenever it happens. I was like, I want this kind of bravery when I go get my vaccination. I love the trust that he has. He just sits there, doesn't even say anything, just jams in with the needle and he just carries on. I really respect it.
Yeah. What, Jack?
No, Hammond, just now.
Oh, Hammond. Oh, right.
How? Doesn't make sense. This bothers me. How he's he got
some
it
people,
worse.
but I mean, you could have like a group of 5 people and they all have like the same flu or whatever, and some people will have more intense symptoms than others. So
I know, but Jack's
it's just how the
got
body
thing in
processes
him.
it.
It's so
I know.
silly. Whatever. I'm gonna try and move past it. That's the thing about television. Sometimes they make minor choices where you're like, Well,
some things have to be a little bit too convenient, I guess, just to
You have
ramp
to
up the
make it. They have
drama.
to make it work,
Mm,
and they have to
Yeah,
make it work in 44 minutes.
yeah.
So certain things are compressed, and
compounded as well.
yeah,
Mm,
You just got to
mm.
amp up the drama, otherwise,
yep.
yeah, the story wouldn't work.
Be interesting to visit P4G881 now and see just how
Mm.
out of control it's become.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing is, when it eats up the whole planet, what is it? It's going to sit there, doing nothing again until somebody wakes it up. It's just, I feel almost bad for it. It needs someone to constantly lift it and move it somewhere else.
But it would grow, like once it's out of the orb, it would grow too large to be able to go back into the
Right.
orb.
Mm.
Um, so would it eat a planet, or would it just grow on a planet? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Like the
I've always
replicators
thought
to the
I've
Asgard
always thought
homeworld.
of it
Yeah,
as
yeah.
eating a planet. Yeah, I always thought it as like it just kind of consumes it. Kind of like how that previous planet that they went to was just
Mm,
barren and empty with that thing on it. Actually, yeah.
mm.
Does the episode say that it ate that planet and then they
No,
just need to move it to a new one? It doesn't say that at any point.
no.
Why
I
did I
think there
come to
was
that
some kind of a
assumption then?
cataclysm on that planet, and so
Yeah.
they put their civilization inside of there and hoped, against hope, that someone would come along and take them to a new one.
Yes,
Right,
the
yeah.
orb
So,
realtors would collect them and put
right,
them onto a
exactly.
different planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever like live in that kind of like existence. Like imagine if that happened with Earth. We were put into like a weird little capsule and that's how we had to exist. Ugh.
Mm.
And they're
Oh, look how
Disturbing
gentle
thought.
he's been.
I
Hogwild
know.
makes the point here. The organism needed Jack to communicate so they wouldn't over-infect him and risk him dying before being able to use him. So
Yeah.
it deliberately picked him and is
Yeah.
rewriting him so that so that they can talk through him.
Mm.
The orb is actually not even bad.
Oh,
I
under
love
nested
this scene.
equines.
Mm.
Yeah. It's actually beautifully portrayed. Oh. There's like a beautiful mix of like pride on Tilk's face as well as sympathy. He's like proud of himself for making a joke and cheering him up, but he's also concerned for his friend's welfare.
I like that he put in the effort.
Mm.
Teal'c is such a like nice, cuddly person. Except when he's with his wife. I have a real problem with when he's with his wife. He really talks
Yeah,
to
in
her
the
Alpha
in
next
a
culture.
negative
episode,
way.
agreed. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
the culture.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Christ.
Oh.
Got all that work. Just let it do its job, guys. But that's the thing, they don't know.
well, they think it's
They
killing
don't know.
him, so
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the only time he invokes God for help.
Yeah.
Oy.
I don't think I've ever seen that shot before.
Yeah.
Where it looked at the orb like that
Oh,
and
really?
it had looked
Yeah.
all
And you
frayed
could
and
see
stuff.
that like cement stuff sticking
I
into the
don't think
orb.
I've ever seen that on my DVD
It's a pretty gnarly
or
thing.
Amazon
Huh.
Prime.
Well, this
I,
is the HD upres, so you're going to see
yeah,
some details you didn't before.
that is mad. Wow. I've just seen something new from Stargate SG1 for the first time in 20 years. Jesus.
See, this shall be a momentous occasion for you.
Yeah. I feel like I just got given a present. I don't know why, but I really like seeing SG1 in distress, just trying to figure out things like this.
I mean, look at that. How would you interpret that?
Yeah.
Mm. Oh,
I always think to
buddy.
myself, I have like the worst immunity ever. I
Yes, you
would be
do.
so sick if this hit me.
Mm.
Like, I get sick like crazy. Oh, darling.
Yep.
Mm.
We're all a little bit in love with Sam. I'd happily get rejected by Samantha Carter.
I don't think you'd be happy about it, but it'd
No,
be,
just
it'd be a
being in her
talking
presence
point.
and trying. Oh my god, yeah, and I could tell everyone. What a dream. She needs to be with Jack, so I'd understand it and respect it.
So don't blow it with a staff weapon anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to starve it, not feed it.
Right, exactly. Reverse the polarity on everything.
Reverse the polarity, yes.
Oh.
Uh-oh, it's in the computers.
Oh, no.
That's it.
It's very like spreading indiscriminately
Indiscriminately?
Yeah,
Yes,
we got
thank
that.
you.
It's trying to communicate any way that it can.
Yeah, but like it's like walls. There's a goof coming up.
I would not be taking that elevator, Sam.
Carter gets stuck on level 22, but then that changes to level 28 when Daniel frees her.
Interesting.
Ugh. Very frustrating. Honestly, like if they ever have these kind of problems, I would. Yeah, there it is. I would always be like stairs every time.
Yeah.
Fire department Daniel to the rescue.
Yeah, look at him go with the axe. Oh, Daniel. What is that gunk
Some
coming
glue.
out?
Yeah.
It's the byproduct of them eating through the wires.
Yeah, it's grim.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you can't just use an axe to save you. Like, come on. I feel like we should be asking permission from like Sam, who might know better, before we start using fire on things. I think one of the things I like about these kinds of episodes is that when you're watching them, you're also like you're along for the journey of discovery, and you honestly have no idea what the outcome is definitely going to be, and you can try and figure out ideas almost like a murder mystery. And that's like the kind of fun that I have with these. When I was growing up, I was always like, I wonder how they're going to get their way out of this one.
Yeah. So Jed Ted's made an excellent I guess comparison in chat. He says that the way that the orb reacts to cutting reminds me of the wraith bug and Shepard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the more you heard it, the deeper it digs in.
Yeah, it's little like mouth claw thing really bites into him when they try to get it off. Yeah.
And that doesn't react well to fire either, does it? Do they try to burn it?
I think they try to wet it with some salt water, and I think they try to shoot it. It definitely didn't like any of that.
Oh, shoot. That's it. That's an assumption, Captain. It won't recognize your codes.
Yeah, she just said no assumptions.
Tried?
Well,
There's
how
a
are we
lot
going
of
to get
Hammond
out
in
of this
episode.
one?
Yeah.
There is. I think that's another thing I like about them being on base is that we get to see Hammond more. And every time they go off base, we don't get to see that lovely man enough.
With the crown of marble.
Yeah, the crown of marble.
Yeah.
I love Hathel so much. You with the crown of marble. I think she means you, sir. So my friend Faye said, about Stargate. I have it on video. I'm going to send it to you guys at some point. She literally sat there and was like, what do they even do? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, all they do is go to planets and everything goes wrong. These people should be fired. And I was like...
She and Senator Kinsey would get along great.
That's what I said. like how
She could be like
unprofessional.
Kinsey's campaign manager.
Yeah, that they're always bringing back. She's like, they're always bringing back illnesses because we watched like some Broker Divide and then Brief Candle and stuff. And she was like, and they're always getting infected and bad stuff and people foothold situations. What? These people are terrible at their jobs. And I was like, Faye, how is it supposed to be a fun TV show if things don't go wrong constantly? That's what's fun.
Yeah,
Something has to
exactly.
go wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I know, but you know the point I'm making. I was like, yeah, I get it.
Ah. He doesn't look good.
No.
He'll be fine though because he's returning a bunch more times. So yay!
Don't spoil
I'm glad
it.
we know. Oh no, he totally didn't mention it earlier. In season 6, when he comes back, they make like zero mention of that crush, and then it's like just McKay crushing on her constantly.
Oh, absolutely.
It was very weird. I guess it's good though because I don't want him like 4 years later to still be crushing on her. Like, move on, man. I hope you have a girlfriend or a fiance or something, or you know, maybe you've switched. Maybe you're gay now. Who knows?
Yeah,
Whatever
maybe
floats your boat.
he's just gotten old enough that he can now hide his crush better.
Oh, I really hope he's not pining for her still though, because like 4 years of pining. I'd
What do
pity
you
him
think
so
there is
bad.
between Jack and Sam?
Yeah, I
More than
know.
4
I
years
feel
of pining.
bad for them. I love Graham doesn't have a chance. I want him to move on. Poor guy.
Here we go. It's a crop circle.
Yeah, it is a crop circle.
Ray Wood said, exploration should always go perfect and never have a problem. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, exploring is a dangerous job. You know, bad stuff happens. Like the guys who went to the pyramid's tomb, was it Tutankhamun's tomb or something? And they all got like sick and died.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
SG1 have gotten sick and died plenty. So,
It's true.
you know, cure it.
There you go.
I love that Daniel's always the communicate guy.
Take me to your leader.
Yeah.
You know, the aliens are almost always intelligent.
Yeah.
I was rewatching an episode of TNG the other day where it wasn't intelligent aliens so much as it was a school of fish. So
A school of fish.
Season 4, The Lost.
Wow.
Yeah, they encounter a two-dimensional school of essentially alien fish in space.
Okay.
And
Wow.
the ship gets
Wow.
stuck in them like it's on a sandbar, but
Oh,
their sensors
okay.
can't detect them because the fish are lined up with the sensors on the lateral edge of the saucer, and
Interesting.
they can't see them because they don't have depth. So
Wow, that's an
It's cool.
interesting twist.
Yeah.
they get out of it.
Of course.
So we now have to turn everything up so that it can complete the transformation.
Turn it all up to 11.
Yeah, look at
guys.
that waste. It took them so long to figure it out. They wasted all that time. They gave us a whole episode of enjoying television.
Yeah, they're not trying to kill him; they're trying to use him as a mouthpiece.
Yeah. Man, imagine if they were wrong though.
Oh yeah, then it would just be like resistance is futile.
Yeah.
Biological significance will be added to our own.
I do like that the answer of this episode isn't kill. It's, you know,
Help
be
grow.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like an important thing that we always need to kind of, you know, it's always talk first, you know. Maybe shoot
welcome
later
the
if
arriving
you need to.
conquerors.
Well, you know, they might not be conquerors. You never know, you know. It's oh, the hands.
What?
What a moment.
Oh.
What a moment. Wow. That was a big deal.
We've got to try something.
Yeah. I know this isn't like a big ship moment, but I just like seeing them hold hands, you know, it's very rare.
Yeah.
They're human beings.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Ouch. I say
Yeah,
ouch. I mean,
gross.
he's got a thing through his arm, but like
This is
ripping
true.
off a band-aid
I don't
against the
think it
hair.
cares about the
It's
needle,
like,
the little
yeah.
Oh boy, I forgot that he used the staff again.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Mm.
I feel bad that, like, they're making Teal'c do this because he's like uncomfortable. He's like, oh, God, hurt my friend more. This is a really creepy moment. I like the way that the organism kind of takes over.
Yes.
I think they did the shot well, where I was sufficiently creeped.
I don't remember. Does he die? Yeah.
No
Yeah, he's
pulse.
dead.
Yeah. Oh, I
It was
guess
a
you could chalk that
gamble.
up as one of his character deaths,
Yep.
Yeah,
however temporary.
he technically did die. Look, this shot is just a cool moment.
Mm.
Creepy. So creepy. Hmm. He's here too, right? Yep.
Who else are we talking to? We are also here.
If we were all like dying due to like some, cataclysmic, apocalyptic type situation, would
Mm.
you take the option of being stuffed in a ball with the rest of your species to live on forever in this weird way?
Depends on how big the houses are.
Mm. I
That's
don't
funny.
think I could do it, but I think
Oh, if you had your
I
video games, you'd be fine.
that's a good point. I just don't know if I could be trapped with other people and have to share this weird grave mind consciousness
You
kind
are
of
trapped
thing.
with other people, and you share this little landmass called England.
Don't scare me, David.
Yeah,
You're making
yeah,
a very
all
good
that
point.
places.
You're making a very good point. I am trapped.
That is a good point.
a
I mean, how
ball
often do
in
your trains shut down on you? I mean, it's like, geez.
God, I live in the
And you
middle of
can't
no.
drive.
David, you're scaring me.
Like if something goes wrong,
That's a good point.
She's
I
gonna
would at
have an
least know how to
existential
drive.
crisis or something.
Yeah,
I
I won't be able to sleep
kind of
tonight.
surprised to hear that she didn't know how to drive. I was like, I would at least learn how, so that if I had to, I could.
Yeah,
In a
my mum doesn't know how to
crisis.
drive either. My mum's nearly 50 and she's never learned.
Wow.
Just following her
Really?
footsteps. Well, England, everything is so close together and it's cheaper and easier to get the trains and cycle
I
everywhere.
guess.
sure,
I mean, you'd have to
absolutely.
probably pay for parking. And yeah, it can get pretty expensive owning a car. I
so
totally
Yeah.
get that.
we're missing
Yeah.
the so we have to come
So
to
it's
a
like-
compromise.
It's kind of like, is it kind of like Entity, where it's sort of outgrown its capsule?
Yeah,
Yeah, they can't.
yeah, it's
they
becoming
can't-
more of it than it
Yeah.
was.
And it spoke through Sam that time. This time it spoke through Jack. I think that's really cool. Yeah, Stargate tends to repeat itself where it will just reuse a concept from a different episode, but it will, but again, because it's a new episode, you don't really know what it's going to do.
Yeah, no, we
See,
don't
consume.
need to.
Okay,
Yeah.
consume your world. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wow. So they're just going to consume the other planet that they go to, and then what's going to happen? They can't pick themselves up and go places, you know? They can't just shove themselves back in the ball and go.
Mm.
Just grab your bags, get back in there, go to the other
Yeah.
planet, and unpack.
I'd ask SG1 for another ball. And then like some wheels maybe. Or like or help us just roll. Give us like some BB-8 type vibe.
There it is, 881.
Look at your
Mm.
memory. I would not remember that in any trivia. Don't give it to me as a question.
Jen Deanna Smith, I always thought Entity was a rehash of this one. In many respects, except in that
Kind
case,
of,
that's more of a
yeah.
malevolent entity.
Yeah.
This one is more just... He's more like the Gadmir. It's like, if you got a better option, we'll take it. This is why communication's so important.
Yeah.
That makeup is really cool.
I really like it.
Agreed, yeah.
This is a really simple episode, and I do enjoy it above a lot of others. Oh, the self-destruct to add more tension.
Here we go.
Did they like make an entire soundtrack for this episode? Because I don't think I ever hear this music ever again in the show.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, there's very, I mean, sometimes you have remixed music, but not often. Or reused music.
Yeah, this feels made for this episode, and I don't think I hear it again. So that's quite unique. I think a lot of stuff that we hear going forward is reused later for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a conversation that I saw online about this particular moment. So Jack's shoulder sort of trauma rapidly healing.
Mm-hmm.
So some people have kind of classed it incorrectly as a goof, but the explanation that I saw was pretty cool.
It's restored him.
So the orb must somehow sort of push the tissue sort of cleanly to one side, and or sort of heal the wound as it's retracted. And since the spikes are clearly too large to fit inside the orb, obviously resizing matter must be part of this like organism's capabilities.
That makes sense. I don't see it as a goof at all. It makes sense.
They just were using him as a speech center. That's cool.
Why don't they?
And he's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't they immediately try and turn off the self-destruct?
Yeah, I mean the thing was already technically gone.
Stargate
right, exactly. Yeah.
Christ, guys.
Because I mean, it can't come back. A Stargate can only go one way, so they should have just immediately aborted.
That always
I think that's the closest they get, like less than
12 seconds.
And if you typed it in wrong, you're hosed.
I was literally gonna say, like, you really have to rely on your memory.
Oh my god,
your muscle memory. Like
the amount of times I think about typing in the password, and it's like I know for a fact I mess up my password half the time.
And if I overthink it, I forget it more.
Same.
But this is TV. They're not going to allow a beat for.
Is.
Oh, yeah. I typed in the password wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a goof. That's on purpose. Wild horses, Captain.
Yeah.
That's my team.
And they all lived happily ever after until next week.
Until next week.
Or, 10 minutes as it is.
Yeah. Obviously, I was saying for like 24 years ago.
It's been a while.
So,
yeah.
What'd you think upon reviewing, guys?
Oh, God. It's still not one of my favorites, but I don't skip this episode when I do a rewatch.
I think I learned a tiny bit more. But I remembered some things as well, which is good, I guess. It stuck.
Well, I wanted to make a comment. Somebody on Reddit said something that was quite funny. They said that they're surprised that Jack can even stomach the concept of fishing after being spearfished into the wall in this episode.
That's great.
That's quite funny. I like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Quite humorous.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an all right episode. It's not one of the best, and season 2 has a lot of iffiness, but
in the middle of season 2 is a little bit dicey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Message in a bottle.